Hey everyone, ever wondered what it's like to live the high-flying life of the rich and famous? Today we're diving into the world of private jets, how much it costs, and its environmental impact, all animated in charming claymation style. Let's get started. So, did you know that in 2023 and 2024, one internationally renowned musician flew their private jet 396 times in 365 days? Yeah, you heard that right. And believe it or not, one of those trips was just 6 minutes long. But this kind of frequent flying isn't uncommon among the world's wealthiest jet setters. Now, you might be wondering, what's the price tag for this luxurious lifestyle? Well, let me break it down for you. If you're in the US, which is where most private flying happens, you've got two options: buying a jet or renting one. Renting a jet can cost you anywhere from $7,500 per hour for domestic flights to around $17,000 per hour for international ones. For example, flying from LA to New York could set you back over $40,000, and from New York to London, over $120,000. And don't forget the extra costs for the crew, fuel, landing fees and taxes. But as crazy as those rental costs sound, they're still cheaper than buying a jet. New jets can range from $2 million to a whopping $65 million, and on top of that, owners have to pay for parking in a hangar and up to $1 million a year for maintenance and inspection. Ouch! All right, let's talk about the environmental cost. Both private and commercial planes emit a lot of CO2, but commercial planes move a lot more people. For context, in 2022, commercial airplanes emitted about 800 megatons of CO2 while moving 853 million passengers. That's roughly 1 ton of CO2 per person per flight. Private jets, however, emit 10 to 20 times more emissions per passenger on average. And since their passengers are frequent flyers, their emissions add up quickly. In 2023, the top 10 US private flyers produced more emissions than 6,500 people combined. Isn't that wild? But here's the kicker. While we might not convince celebrities and CEOs to fly commercial, there's a promising solution: sustainable aviation fuels, or SAF. Traditional jet fuel is made from fossil fuels, but SAFs are made from waste materials like used cooking oil and renewable crops. These fuels still emit carbon, but growing the crops offsets the emissions by up to 86%. If the entire jet fuel industry shifted to SAFs, aviation emissions could drop by up to 94%. But there are two big obstacles: not enough crops for large-scale production and the current high cost of SAFs. Governments around the world are starting to support SAF adoption, and this is where private flyers could make a big difference. For just a few $1,000s more per flight, private jet owners could use synthetic SAFs, boosting the industry and making sustainable fuel cheaper for everyone. So while most of us are just privately wishing we could fly private, it's good to know that there's hope for greener skies ahead. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.